So into your time as club ambassador at Southampton and your role there?
Well, I was club ambassador when I first retired, and then the Sky Sports job came along. So I kind of chose to do Soccer Saturday over the kind of ambassador role at Southampton match days then, because Sky were paying a lot more. And so I'd kind of been ambassador, wasn't ambassador, and then they asked me back to be an ambassador again, which I did about 2015, I think, 16, something like that. And then in 2021, I think it was, I was being fairly outspoken on social media. Some people didn't like that. They don't believe that people should have freedom of speech. They should be very careful with that view, because that's a dangerous place to be in. And the football club were getting a lot of complaints from supporters ringing in and emailing in saying that I shouldn't be ambassador for the club because I'm, saying all these things on social media. I decided to resign from my position as ambassador because I didn't want the club having to deal with, idiotic fans who don't like people having a different opinion to them. So I chose to resign so that the club didn't have that pressure from fans anymore. So simple as that, really.
Is the foundation something separate again to that?
So that was the foundation was something separate. They stopped. I was ambassador for the charity arm of the football club as well. They stopped using me as well in 2022. I think it was. No, probably about around the same time. Probably they decided to stop using me for stuff, and then about a year ago, just over a year ago, I think it was. Actually, yeah, it was the start of the season that we were in the Championship. So the foundation, just to put it into context, the foundation, when they're in the Premier League, get quite a big amount of money from the Premier League towards their fundraising for all the stuff that they do in the community, and they do great work in the community. And I'd been helping them with that for many years. And then we got relegated. So when you get relegated, that money from the Premier League is no longer there. So their funding is cut quite dramatically. So they have to then try and do a lot more fundraising to try and make up the shortfall so they can continue to do all the stuff that they do in the community. And at the start of the season, we were in the Championship last year. Head of the foundation asked for a meeting with me, in which he apologised to me for, not handling the situation very well back in the day, kind of getting rid of me, and asked me if I would consider going back as an ambassador. And I said to him, I would consider coming back as an ambassador. All I would need from you is an apology for the way that you treated me. And he said, well, I'm giving you that apology now. I said, yeah, I appreciate that, and I accept your apology. I said, all I would need is for you to put that in writing and do it publicly, and then I'll come back, because it was quite public the other way. I said, so if you could just do the same, then I'll come back as an ambassador for the foundation. And he said, I'll have to go away and think about that. When he went away and thought about it, he came back with what I thought he would say, and he said, I can't do that. He wasn't prepared to do it. So I said, well, that's fine. I'm not prepared to come back as an ambassador.
Is he taking advice from somewhere else, do you think? Or is it just this decision lies with him, do you think? Or?
No, I think he would have had to have gone above to have asked somebody if they were able to do that.
Okay.
I think he would have been prepared to do it, but I think there was somebody above him that wasn't prepared to do that.